Starting with the big game, and as we heard earlier, the Albury Tigers have marched into the history books with a third consecutive grand final win. The Tigers proved just too strong in another classic game between the two powerhouse rivals. The Pigeons, though, fought hard but fell agonisingly short to hand Albury their third straight flag.
Over the past 3 years, it's come down to these two sides on grand final day, and they've built up one of the greatest rivalries in O&M history. Tempers flared from the word go as the Tigers weren't intimidated, and Albury piled on the early pressure. Andy Carey kicked 8 against the Pigeons 2 weeks ago and looked likely to haunt the Yarra defence again. The Tigers' second goal came from a free kick too, as Josh Marr found his range from 40 metres. Matt Dwyer was up and about for Yarra and played on smartly to get his side rolling. But it was Albury looking the goods as Josh Merkel produced a gem to add to the margin. But the Pigeons came back after the break. A Brad O'Connor monster brought the Yarra fans to life. But a great goal from Tigers young gun Sam Milne weathered the Pigeons' storm. Both sides were showing their class as Craig Edney converted from an impossible angle. Yarra grabbed the lead through Marcus McMillan when play resumed, but Albury regained control as Carey cleverly snapped over his head. The Tigers kicked clear, setting up a game-high 37-point lead in the last quarter. Charlie Gaylard stepped up in the midfield, his efforts rewarded with the Did Simpson medal for best on ground. But the Pigeons weren't done there. Yarra's best on the day, Brad Henderson, led a fight back, alongside Edney, who kicked 2 in the final term. It was a drama-filled finish as Marr stepped over the line, kicking in, but from the ball up, Mackie punched through for a behind. Time was on the Tigers' side, as well as a 9-point advantage, and that was all she wrote. As the Tigers recorded their third successive flag for the second time in O&M history, the first club to do so. Philip Pryor, Prime 7 News.
Retiring Tigers coach Paul Spargo has paid his side the ultimate compliment, declaring them the greatest Ovens and Murray team of all time. In Spargo's latest stint in charge, the side has won an unparalleled 57 out of the last 60 games.
Nobody could wipe the smile off Paul Spargo's face as the full-time siren went. He became the first man to coach 5 O&M premierships, including 3 in a row in his latest stint. But he didn't want to talk about himself.
To win 57 now out of a possible 60 games in 3 seasons, no doubt makes them the greatest team in Ovens and Murray history.
And he had a message to Tigers critics.
These guys make a lot of sacrifices and they work like I've never seen another team work before. So they're a magnificent group, they're a magnificent team, and they should be heralded and applauded like no other. They have been magnificent.
The players did, however, praise one of the greatest ever coaches.
So I played my best footy under him, and it's been, it's a credit to him. I owe a lot to him and a lot to the footy club. He's done a super job.
Among the group, Charlie Gaylard was named the best on the day, but co-captain and Morris medal winner Sean Daly also capped off a remarkable week with another huge game for the Tigers.
I'm absolutely knackered, mate. It's been a long year, so I'm just stoked to get that flag, mate. I'm just stoked.
But not everyone's a winner on grand final day, and Yarrawonga became the second club in history to lose 3 in a row.
Oh, you can't keep 1 to 3, they all hurt. So, you plan, you come up short, and that's footy, that's just the way it is.
With Kennedy and Barnes likely to remain in charge at Yarra, one thing's for sure, they'll be back with a vengeance in 2012. Philip Pryor, Prime 7 News.